All right, back on the Young Turks. We got another great guest for you guys. It's Axel Caballero from the Brave New Foundation. And we're going to talk about Carly Fiorina and if she's a friend of the Latino community or not. Axel, welcome. How are you?
Hi, very good. Thank you for having me on.
All right, good to have you on. First, before we talk to you, Axel, let's run a clip from Brave New Foundation. They put together something on Carly Fiorina, and it's a little scary, so fun for everybody. Let's watch the video.
Why doesn't the federal government focus on doing its job and secure our border? I support the Arizona law. I have consistently supported this law. I do not support amnesty. Forget trying to change the subject and talk about comprehensive immigration reform. And I think we are jumping to conclusions that the law enforcement personnel in Arizona are unable to uphold this law in an appropriate fashion.
This law is pure and simple a racist law. It is focused on Latinos.
Esta ley desafortunadamente creará más división, más resentimiento, y es una ley discriminatoria.
We have never had a situation before that I'm aware of where you have drug cartels sending lookouts well into the territory of Arizona.
La realidad es que las fronteras de este país están seguras.
It's horrifying. I mean, it violates our calling to serve and protect. It violates under the Constitution, equal protection under the law.
The federal government's failure to do its job to secure our borders. Mr. President, President Obama is the federal government. Federal government needs to do its job. Wake up, buck up, and do their job in securing our border.
Right.
You deport them.
Jan Brewer, broken government. Arizona
And the people of Arizona are in danger. Focus on doing its job and securing our border.
All right, Axel, I'm getting a couple of things out of that video. First, it keeps saying, Carly Fiorina, no es mi amiga. Now, I don't speak Spanish, but I'm going to guess that means that she is not a friend of the Latino community. Did I nail it?
Perfectly. Yes, the reason for this is because Carly Fiorina launched a campaign about a few months ago called Amigos de Carly, or Friends of Carly, in which she outlines the reasons why Carly Fiorina has the same values as the Latino community and why Carly Fiorina is a friend of the Latino community. And our goal here is to basically point out and expose that these are lies, that they're not, that it's just another attempt to try to hijack the Latino community into voting for her. And this is a pattern that we've seen with a lot of the different candidates that are running for office right now, where on one hand, they use the Latino community as scapegoats, as guinea pigs for their, for their fear-mongering actions and activities, and on the other hand, they say, "Oh, but join us because we're your friend."
Axel, I'm curious as to what her case is. Why does she say she is a friend of the Latino community?
Well, two things that she says is that, one, she argues consistently that border security is one of her issues, and that's an issue that concerns all of the Latino community. But really, on the other hand, she basically mentions that it is the Latino community and immigrants that are the cause of all the issues that she's talking about in the first place. So that's one discrepancy right there. But most importantly, she's being supported by some campaign efforts like the Latino Partnership for Conservative Principles, the American Principles in Action, the National Organization of Marriage, and they all are trying to create this campaign that the conservative values are the Latino values. When that goes, in direct opposition to a lot of the actions that she has taken during her campaign, and a lot of her statements as well.
But Axel, the Republicans would say, no, wait a minute, we're family values, Latinos are family values, we're fairly religious, Latinos are fairly religious. Isn't that a fair case?
it's a fair case if they understood what the Latino community, if they understood that that was what the Latino community is. But the Latino community is not as monolithic, and so that shows you that just the discrepancy in the way that she doesn't understand our community. There's young Latinos that are believe in much different issues, that believe in equal marriage for different partners and stuff, and for progressive values, for liberal values, there's a whole wide array. So she's trying to basically just lump all of Latinos into one specific category, and then on the other side, just basically attack many of the issues that are common issues or common threats within the Latino community.
There's something a little sad about, hey, you should vote for Republicans because we like to discriminate against gay people too, right? And assuming that Latinos like to discriminate against gay people, and that that's your way of reaching out to them. There's something pretty sad about that.
But yes, but we've seen this before. If we remember during the 2008 campaign, they wanted to create this division between the African American community and the Latino community, and they kept calling it the black and brown divide. And Mexicans and Latinos can never be friends with the African American community. And we saw that was a lie. And it's the same thing that they're doing right now, and that is to promote this idea of your values based on this notion of religious and family values, when that is not the case. That is not representative of the current and the modern Latino community in the United States.
All right, Axel, one last thing. You guys had a lot of similar quotes of Sarah Palin and Carla Fiorina, and you merged the two. Are you guys trying to say that Fiorina is basically an unattractive Sarah Palin?
Yeah, well, basically, yes. I mean, if you look, we're not the ones trying to say that. We basically look at her statements during the primary campaign. She decidedly went and searched for Tea Party support. She decidedly went and searched for Sarah Palin support. She decidedly went and argued for Arizona SB 10-7. And she decidedly went and argued against many of the issues that the Latino community felt passionate about. And now she tries to backtrack. And so this is pointing out that that's precisely the case, that she mimicked Sarah Palin to attract some sort of base. And now when it's not politically advantageous anymore, then she tries to correct her tracks.
I've decided I have one last question for you, actually, because, now, to be fair, I do see a similarity between Carla Fiorina and the Latino community, because when she ran Hewlett-Packard, it lost 50% of its market value. So that seemed to be disastrous. But she was rewarded with a $21 million package at the end, a golden parachute, as it were. And Latinos are often rewarded with $21 million for nothing at the same time, right? I mean, that happens all the time. I see it in L.A. No?
I think that's a stretch.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's weird. I said the other day, somebody came up to Jesus, our director, and was like, hey, you know what? Here's $21 million. Okay, enjoy.
Of course, because we have that available to us at all times.
You know what? I realize what Jesus has done wrong. He has not destroyed the Young Turks' value. Okay? If he had, then maybe he'd get rewarded in the same way.
No, absolutely, and that's one of the points that we kept making, and specifically we had an event in Sacramento about a month ago where we, in front of her offices, we protested her campaign and stuff. And one of the main points that they kept saying is that the people that she fired, in 2003, almost 18,000 people from Hewlett-Packard, most of the folks were Latino, or a good percentage of those folks were Latino. And it's like, as you're saying, she's being rewarded for the actions of the past, but that she has absolutely no, regrets or remorse of it, and she wants to attempt to be a friend of the Latino community.
Right, Axel, I'm sure we're being grossly unfair to her. I'm sure of those 18,000 people fired, most of them got $21 million severance packages.
Of course.
So, all right. Axel Caballero is from the Brave New Foundation. And one last thing, where can people find that video if they want to spread it around?
They can either find it on Carly No Es Mi Amiga .org, and if that is hard to kind of type in, they can also go to facebook.com/TheRealCarly.
All right, that should be easy enough. Thanks for joining us, Axel. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.